I'm all for Christmas, all the happy smiles and the wishes, and I want it all from the lights to the mistletoe. Tell me one thing, is there anything that you're missing? I will keep you warm as soon as you remove that snow. Whatever we do, we will be alright. These holiday wonders will open your mind. May all your wishes tonight come true. The love I lived, the dream I knew. This Christmas I only wanna be close to you. Whatever we do, we will be alright. These holiday wonders will open your mind. May all your wishes tonight come true. The love I lived, the dream I knew. Well, I'm all for Christmas. It's a magical time full of kisses. Take a walk outside and tickle the snowman's nose. Moving nimbly, did you hear something from the chimney? I will keep you warm as soon as you remove that snow. Oh, whatever we do, we will be alright. These holiday wonders will open your mind. May all your wishes tonight come true. The love I lived, the dream I knew. This Christmas I only wanna be close to you.
Boosh. Good afternoon, not evening. I'm not allowed to say evening. Normally we stream at night, so I spend the entire stream saying good evening, good afternoon, happy Boxing Day if you're in the UK. Not sure where else does Boxing Day, but not sat right. You can see the microphone stand. Oh no, there we go, that's better. No stupid people. Anyway, thank you very much if you're going to come in. And if you're not, I'm going to be talking to myself for half an hour. Hopefully you can't hear the washer. I've got the noise gate on, so you shouldn't be able to hear it when I'm not talking. But this microphone is fairly sensitive for a dynamic. Hello, Faxi, how you doing? Safe, to you. So I just thought I'd pop in. I was going to do one on Christmas Eve, and everything got a bit manic. So just a quick buffet. I've been using this ever since it came. I'm a bit of a Fagin fanboy, and I won it on his members stream. So we sent it over. I've actually ordered another iTank, which will be now coming after probably by about Friday, maybe, depending how long the specific company. Well, we've got it for E-Sig1. I bought it. They're only 20 quid. I'm breaking the rule. I am breaking that rule right now, mate. What's that? What are you breaking? No drinking for me today. I'm going to work at 2 o'clock. Oh, you've been stupid. Sorry, I've just realised. All right, I'm a bit thick. Had a beautiful day yesterday. Went over to Lou's. We put a little short up. No, I put a little short up. 2,200 people have watched that. It's very, very sweet. Obviously, it's very sad when your children aren't very well. But we decided we were going to go make some memories, and make some memories we did. So we popped over there. Spent an hour in the local pub, which is always a bit of a treat. No stupid people. And Then went back for a 2 o'clock lunch, which turned out to be 4 o'clock. So that was absolutely perfect as well, because that's exactly when you need to be. On Christmas Day, you never need to do anything on time, do you? So I'm just drying these off. I've not used this tank for a while. This is the U-Force tank that goes on top of that drag. So I've just washed it out. You can tell how long it is since I used it, because the e-liquid gone off in it. It's all gone like, ugh. But it never leaks anyway, so I suppose it's top airflow, so there's nowhere for it to leak to. So I've just sort of put some of that musk in it and see what it tastes like in there. I've got to be honest, it's a little bit too fiery in a RTA, because it's only like 60-40. I'm just chilling today after yesterday. Yeah, I've got to be at work. I work Boxing Day, but I used to get up and go about 10 o'clock in the morning, but not anymore. I'm getting too old for that. So I just do 2 o'clock while about midnight. It gives the people a chance to. What they normally do is they go out in their car. In fact, let's change what we're going to put in there. Let's put in some strawberry custard donut. One of my own creations. It's on ELR. If you're on ELR, you can go and have a look at it. It's beautiful. Just got some strawberry custard donut in there. And I think I put some V2 custard in there. I can't really remember exactly what I put in it, but I made a 60ml bottle, vaped all that. So I made a 120ml bottle. And while I was at it, I thought I might as well fill up the original bottle as well. So I've got 180ml of it. I do enjoy mixing, but in the early days, I'd go make a 240 of everything. And you just end up with loads and loads of e-liquid that gets wasted. So I tend to not mix as much nowadays. Do a Bill, because what Bill does, he'll mix it like a 60 or 100, and then when he finds out he really likes it, he does a 240. Yeah, they did. We had a lovely day yesterday. It's all right. Sorry for banging the mic. It was fantastic. So if you ever look at that short, you can see them all singing. Somebody actually commented in there. Some sad people on the internet, really. You should never take any notice of them. And somebody posted, it's amazing. Trying to make out of I don't know what they was trying to make out. Oh, have you noticed there's only women there? Well, there's clearly a man there holding his baby. I was another man holding the phone, and there were two more to the right of me. They just didn't happen to make it. But you just think, Christ, if you can't think of anything, if you knew the real story, you just shut up, wouldn't it? I don't know where I've put the battery for this now. This is going a bit wrong all of a sudden. Hang on, 1 second. Oh, dearie me. 1 second. Took the tank off it and left it in the bathroom. So well done. I'm on the same level as the bathroom upstairs. So it's handy for washing tanks out and other things. But not when you leave the battery in the bloody bathroom. So what did you all get up to for your Christmas? Presumably the same as everybody else. Drink far too much, eat far too much. We had a cracking day. I really enjoyed it. I'll show you my Prezi in a minute, which is going to make another live stream. We're going back to model building. I don't know if to do it on this channel or on the other channel, because I think if I do it on the other channel, I might be able to build that channel up a bit for something different. So I know I did one of the model streams on there, and it got really good views because they sort of boost, because with it not being vape related, they boost it a bit. Ooh, here we go. I've got taffled up in the mic. So I go. It's a bit cloudy, that, to be honest. It's glass as well. Fill her up. I think these are only about 5 mil. You do tend to fill them up quite a lot. to be fair. That 8mm one on that vape presso is banging. You just seem to fill it up and forget about it. I think these have got that smart battery on it as well, so it should tell me what it wants to be at. The bit where you found out they put the batteries in the wrong way. 67 watts. Right then. I noticed one thing, this microphone does pick up when you're vaping. Oh, that's gorgeous. The other thing is I've got the door shut because Sue had the washer on. So we'll probably vape out in about 2 minutes as well. I don't even know how many people are in here. It seemed a bit quiet, all of you. You all just sat there with full of sprouts trumping. So what did you get for Christmas, Faxi? I'll show you what I got. Or one of. I've actually got tickets to go round the brewery that Benny went round in Leeds. So I'm going to go and have a look at that. Probably leave it while Sue's off work, and we'll go across up there and spend the day. And Benny can come round and treat us to tea or something. So, my love of NASCARs. This is what we got. Camaro Lego Technic NASCAR model kit. So that's going to be some fun, isn't it? I'll quite enjoy doing that, to be honest. PSN voucher and a Ninja air fryer. What's a PSN voucher? Excuse me, I'm old. I don't know what one is. Oh, PlayStation. That'd be nice. I've got a few bits. I've got a lot of whiskey, to be honest. I've got some Chivas Regal, Johnny Walker Black Label, which is one of my favourites. 2 bottles of, from customers, 2 bottles of Jack Daniels, and a bottle of Monkey. Can't remember, Monkey something. I got that the other on Friday, I think. I absolutely love, PlayStation. I actually love air fryers. When we first got one, we tried to cook tips in it, and that's nearly a waste of time. So we sacked them off. But anything else that you cook in there is fantastic, isn't it? So we use ours a lot. We do sausage rolls in them and everything you can think of, really. Just put that up a little bit. And bacon, even bacon, we cook bacon in them because it's basically an oven, really, with a fan in it. It's like a fan oven that gets really warm. I did a bit of a review on this musk the other day. I don't know if anybody's seen it. And then I was saying that it's quite difficult to get hold of, obviously, because the company is in Australia. And he put in the comments that he's trying to get it into the UK. I got the sexiest mech mod I could dream about. It's in Chewing the Chat if you want to see it. I'll have a look. I actually got banned. I got a 24-hour ban from Facebook Messenger on about the worst day of the year. I've never been banned from anything, really. They did ban me from advertising because I did a review for somebody on them nicotine pouches, and they wanted me to boost it on my Facebook, so I put it on, and they banned me from advertising with them ever again. So, but I think I can now because they keep sending things through saying, "Why don't you advertise with us?" Not as I ever wanted to, but I just forwarded this meme, which was a bit near to the mark, but it was still funny, and it wasn't obvious it was obvious what the person was doing. He was stood the other side of his window with a light on it, rubbing one out. So I popped it in, Chewing the Chat, I think. And then it was in the wrong place. So I took it out and put it back in again. So in the meantime, they took it down the first time and the second time and decided I was a nasty person. I needed to get banned for 24 hours. And it was like because I use it a lot, to be honest. I've got, a lot of groups on there. And I did actually miss that. So I probably won't put stuff like that in there ever again. But I'd put it in, I'm in a private chat with some friends of mine, and I'd put it in there. And I didn't bother about it in there, but it was the other one. I'll have a look at it then. What mech is it? There was a few live shows on last night, wasn't there? Saturday show live they were on. Simon was on the night before. Vic was on the night before. Fagan was on last night as well. So there was enough to watch. I've watched a bit of Fagan today. Watched a little bit of the Saturday show, but if it's a bit quiet, I'll probably catch up on them later. But generally, on a Boxing Day, it'll be quiet while about tea time. And then they all start to come back from the friends where they've drove to or got a lift to. So I usually have a pretty good night on Boxing Night. And it's double time today, so you can actually make some money. Yeah, I hate censorship as well, but I'm always one of the things. Hello, Craig, how you doing, mate? I always think, well, it's theirs, and if they want to do it it's like. But the trouble is with Facebook, they're a bit heavy-handed when they start. Instead of just saying, look, don't do that. But the fact I'd put it on once, and then I'd deleted it, obviously they deleted it as well. And then I put it on again, so that's when they give me the ban. If I'd realised they took it down, I want to put it on again. Happy Boxing Day to you, Craig. Hope Santa brought you everything you want. I'm just showing these. Got the NASCAR Lego Technic set. And it's complete with an engine to put together. So that should be some fun on a live stream. I don't know whether to do that on my other channel, to be honest, or on here. Because they seem to don't seem to promote anything if it's on a vape channel, whether it we don't get paid for anything if you're on if you've not got 1,000 on the other ones. Free super chatties. Thank you very much for being a member. We love you. We're actually up to 50 members at the minute, but we'll see how long we've got 50 members because a lot of people won't carry on with the free gift. Yeah, nice live builds. Yeah, well, I used to enjoy doing coils and stuff like that, but John's now a failed coil builder, and I haven't really got anything to put anything in, so I've stopped buying new stuff. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm going to do, Faxi. I did them on. I did a few building a wooden model, but obviously when I found out Lou was poorly and my head went a bit, so I never got on with it because I was going to carry on doing that. And there was once I'd already put a stream up on this channel, so I did it on my other channel, and it got loads of views compared to what they got on this channel. So I thought if I started with that, I might be able to get that to boost up a bit. That channel to boost up a bit because I'd like to get that one to go over 1,000. It takes so long though. You need to find a bit of a niche, or like with vaping, I mostly know what I'm on about. And like the card machines for the taxis, I got loads of views on that because I know what I'm on about with them. But there's not many other things I can think to do a live stream on that I know what I'm on about. And that's your thing, isn't it? There's no point in just sitting there talking about something you know nothing about. You're a bit restricted with music and stuff like that. I've just actually had a go with that CapCut. I was sat there doing nothing. I was watching a stream from Tenerife. There's a guy there that I'm subscribed to. I'm actually a member on his channel now. Timothy Dowd, they call him, and he does walks in Tenerife around Adeki and around that area, which is a place I've been to quite a few times. So I watch him, and we were on about in the chat what to use. Well, there's a Filmora for your phone, which is the one I use. I bought the lifetime license for it, with, the editing software. But they were saying there's one for your phone, so I had a look, and it's £39 a year. I thought, well, if it was 50 quid to buy it, and then you've got it, and that's done anyway. Somebody suggested this CapCut, so I went on there. Tell you what, it's amazing. You can see why they get loads of views on TikTok, because this editing software is like AI, and it just put it all together for you and spits out this thing with some real thundering, banging music. Thank you very much. Not a free super chat. Merry Christmas, Mick. So if you look at my TikTok, Mick Beavers, it shows you that CapCut. I just put one in when we were in Benidorm, and it cuts the pictures up and blows them up and all sorts of things. So I'm going to have some fun with that. I'll be loading all sorts of stuff on my TikTok later when I'm in between jobs. Because one thing about me, once I get on a thing, I'm on it. Not a free super chat. Yeah, well, that's one thing when you're a member, you get one free a month. there's a good chance at some point you're going to end up a member because we get 10 free memberships a month now. So once a fortnight, we'll fire 5 of them off, and then you can be a member for a month. You don't really get a lot. You don't really get a lot. I mean, the only reason we have them on is obviously it's like 18 quid a month for the Zoom or something like that. And that was the only reason I switched it on. I'm quite happy to make money out of adverts because if you're going to put product up, you should be able to get, if you're doing a good job, you should be able to get money off that. Although some people don't like adverts. I suppose that's to encourage you to go on premium, isn't it? That's what they're on about. Yes, bloody hell. The pound keeps dropping. I'm pleased I'm not going away. It's worth note. You wonder why it drops, don't you, really? It's the same with fuel. All of a sudden, the other week, fuel went up by about 20 pence a litre. And now it's gradually got down to sort of less than it was 5 years ago. It's about 1.49 for diesel here. It's just, somebody in an office somewhere thinks, right, let's have let's have an extra million. We'll just put another 2 pence a litre on fuel for a month. And then it gets up to 5 and 10. And anyway, now it's gone back down again. It's 1.49. I don't know what petrol is because I've never had a petrol car for years. So, there's not many people about. I can't imagine there will be. Everybody will be at their places, won't they? Benny's on tomorrow night with his drink up show. I don't think we're going to make it because me and Sue's going to have a day to ourselves. She's off next week. She's going to London on Sunday night to watch the fireworks. She's going up with Lou and the kids and Ali and some of Lou's friends and that. So that'll be good. What cars do you guys run as taxis and where do I live? I live in Lincolnshire. So we don't have to have a black cab. It's a proper, it's an Acne carriage. It's just the same as a black cab status-wise, but they let you use saloon cars because a black cab is, them new electric ones are something like 88,000 quid. So we can't afford that. So I actually use a Ford Cougar, automatic, 1.5 diesel automatic. It's a silver one. It's a nice car. It's cost me a few pounds though since I've had it. I've just spent £2,000 on it on drive shafts, and it's probably not as reliable. I used Skodas for years, but my Skoda went wrong with 165,000, and I was quite sort of needy to get a car pretty quick. At the time, I was really suffering with my back getting in and out of this Skoda, so I thought I'd go for one of these Fords. But it's the first Ford I've owned for years, and I think in the year it must have had £5,000 worth of repairs, which is sort of biting into your profits. I mean, I'm only a small business. It's only me working with another guy, and he's only him. He covers it in the daytime. I cover it at night or in the evening. And, so you're only making sort of manager's wages, really. There'll be a lot of people on a lot more money than what I make, in my business, but I'm quite happy. And I'm never going to be a millionaire. I used to drive an MB. Oh, I don't know what MB. What's that? Mercedes-Benz. Oh, W211. Nice. 4MATIC. Was it good? Did you get a lot of problems with it? I mean, they're saying sometimes with the Mercedes in later years, they're not the build quality they used to be. I mean, you used to go to Cyprus and they'd be riding around in there. They'd done 4 million miles, some of them. Excuse my whistling nose. I don't know what's going on there. I've had that bug, and I was really rough with it. And it's always the same. You always get it. If you're going to get a bug, you'll always get it at a time when you really don't need it, which is obviously Christmas, when you're trying to work. And there was 2 nights where I was basically falling asleep in the cab, so I came home and went to bed. Christmas Eve, I worked while 11. It was a fairly steady night. I made some decent money. But I wanted to be up yesterday and I didn't want to be really tired out to get to lose because it makes you feel... right. I didn't want to feel rough all day because you do when you're tired. We swapped them every 2 years so it didn't go to shit before we swapped. Yeah, good idea. What I generally do, or what I did do, it was a little bit different this time because it was... what would it be? It was March 22 when the other one sort of decided it was time to go. It really, all it needed was a new header tank and a washout and a new radiator underneath for the heater, because it had filled itself up with the powder from out the header tank, that little tea bag thing that they put in there. But it done that many miles, I didn't want to find out after that it needed an head gasket and something else, because it weren't worth doing up, to be honest. It had done its time. So I went out, this was 19,000, it was 4 years old, because the used car prices had gone through the roof. So I normally get them over 2 years, low mileage over 2 years, and then you've still got something left in them after they're paid for. But with this one, I didn't have the confidence to get it over 2 years, because they were still talking about lockdowns. So I didn't want to get a massive, finance bill every month and, not be able to pay it. So I went it over 3 years, so it would have been nearly paid for after I'd done it. But there's option anyway, if you get a few quid in, you can actually pay chunks off it through the app, so I'll be able to reduce the time. I'll have it paid up for next Christmas anyway, if it's still going. But I bought a Toyota once, brand spanking new, 22,000 quid. And to be honest, it was just at the time when they were having their build issues. And it was the biggest pile of shit you've ever had in your life. It was a hopeless thing. It had everything. It had 2 flywheels in it, 2 dual mass flywheels in it. It had a new steering column. The gearbox was whining. Anyway, in the end, I got it over 4 years finance, and I got to 2 years and I just sent it back. I thought, well, that's going to cut my losses. That's gone. And then I went and bought a Ford C-Max, and that was the biggest pile I've ever had as well. So. But generally, rule of thumb, Skodas, I've done really well with them. They've never really cost me masses of money. And they were always... I used to get the 1.6 diesel estate, because there's loads of room in the back. They'll go as fast as you need them to be a taxi. 5-speed manual, so there's not so much gear changing. And I actually managed to keep the clutch in that one for the whole time that I owned it, 165,000. It still had the same clutch. And with 1.6, you don't get the dual mass flywheel. So you're not constantly putting a new one of them in every 60,000 miles. It's like 1,400 quid now to have a dual mass flywheel fitted. It's ridiculous. I've actually had one on this one at about 70,000. But the thing is, with a Motability vehicle, which is what mine was, that's why it had low mileage. You don't know to what level the person who drives them is disabled. It had a steering knob on it, so they obviously didn't have some use in their hands. So if they didn't have a lot of use in their legs either, because there was a scuff on the sill as that painted over as where the person had been trying to get in and out. So they might have been severely disabled, and the driving capabilities might have been limited, shall we say. So that's going to put extra stress on a vehicle, isn't it, really? How's that? The motorbikes are out. Anyway, we'll just have another few minutes, and then I'm going to have to nip off because I need to go to work. I just thought I wanted to put some on. Originally, I said I was going to do Wednesday, but I need to spend some time with Sue because I don't see her very often. Skodas are great. They trickled down technology from the higher end VAG shit, but when it reaches Skoda, it's over teething issue, and he's been like, yeah, that's exactly right. Obviously, the engine's VAG, isn't it? The only thing was they did have a problem with when they first released the dual mass flywheel. I bought a brand new Skoda, and within 30,000 miles, it wanted a new flywheel. You used to sit there with your foot on the clutch. If you took your foot off the brake, it would drive off on its own. It was like having an automatic. But say if you got the 1.6, it only had a single flywheel in it, so you didn't have that trouble. I don't know, whoever invented the dual mass flywheel, they said it was to make it change gear smoother, but they also created a thing out of monkey metal and turned it into a wearing part. You never actually change the clutch now in a modern vehicle. You send it in for a dual mass flywheel. They say, shall we put a clutch in while it's here? You never actually wear a clutch plate out. I've moved the microphone from that side of the table to this side of the table, and it's given me a lot more room. The reason I did it is because I don't quite sit centrally on the table, and it was too near, so you had the arm of the thing stuck up. The good thing is with this arm, you can actually have the microphone hanging down, so if you want to do a ASMR podcast, you can get right close to the microphone But the arm's in the way. But if you were doing a podcast, you wouldn't be having video on anyway. So. But I'm quite pleased with this mic. Now I've got it set up. I've listened back to some of the things I've done, and it does sound really, really clear. One thing I've noticed, though, I've got AirPods. And if you listen back to a show before it's uploaded the chat, the audio quality is not as good as when it's fully uploaded. And I don't know whether YouTube have done something to their audio quality or whether there was something lacking for the last couple of weeks. But I've listened back to quite a few people, and they've all got really good audio, but it doesn't seem as good as it was. So whether the AirPods are... I don't know. Sometimes they need updating, don't they? I've tried to find a equalizer on YouTube, but there isn't one. There is one on YouTube's music, but not on the actual YouTube itself, because they just seem flat, flat and squawky. So if you put them, these come from like B&M's, but cheap stuff. I don't know if you know what a B&M's is. It's not a brick and mortar; it's the B&M's. And they sound absolutely amazing, really good quality. And I think there was something like 20 quid. And they're completely Bluetooth wireless. They'll last forever as well on the battery. It just goes on forever and ever and ever, compared to a set of AirPods which last about 3 hours. So one thing this microphone does do is pick up vaping, which is quite annoying when you listen to it back. The other one didn't seem to do that. But since I put this noise gate on, you can tell it just when you stop talking, it's silent, completely silent. I'm pleased to change the audio box as well, because I tried using the old one again. And the noise that's coming off it, I don't know why, but it's just worn out. I started looking at mixers and all, because obviously you can get USB mixers. And you can spend some money on them. Apparently there's a company called Behringer, and Behringer are a bit like a cheaper company, and they tend to do knockoff versions of microphones, and they do their own mixers and stuff. I was watching this guy, and this bloody mixer was awful. And then I think he had a Yamaha one after that, and it completely changed his setup. I think he was a Korean guy starting a podcast up, and he was taking you through the journey of different electricals and that. Must have spent a bloody fortune. But Yamaha seems to be quite good. So if I went into doing that, you can use, because obviously then you connect the microphone into the mixer instead of using an audio box. You can change all the tone and everything on them. Looked good into Go XLR. What's that? Is that a mixer or something? I haven't looked into that. The thing is, when you start getting into that stuff, you can buy them second hand from a audio, from a music shop. You're not going to the same thing. I looked at buying something, and I went on a thing called Gear for Music, and it was a Fethead. That's what it was. It was that Fethead Phantom, which is the booster to give you clean gain going into your audio box, and it was half the price of what it was on Amazon. I paid it for about 40 quid for the Phantom one a couple of years ago, but I wanted just the normal one for this because it's a dynamic mic. But I wanted it to, I needed it obviously to power it to get more gain on it before it gets in the box. It's a USB mixer mic interface. They're pretty awesome. If you look at the Rode one, hello, Mr. Nevins, how are you, sir? Nice to see you. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year when it comes around. If you look into the Rodecaster Pro, I thought I'll have a quick look at that, because everybody goes on, we use the Rodecaster Pro. 650 quid. Thank you very much. So I probably won't be getting one of those. Not unless the YouTube's money starts coming in. If I get as popular as Craig and Kenny, I'll probably get one. But I've always had this fascination for really good quality audio, and it's always been my thing. If I like to listen to really good quality podcasts and stuff like that. So it is a bit of a journey in it, but it is also a really big black hole. Because, this audio box was 75 quid. If I'd have thought about the mixer thing, I could have put that amount of money on it again and then got a mixer. Whereas now, if I buy one, it's going to cost me 150. When you get into them Yamaha ones, you're up in 600-700 quid if you get the top end ones. But there is some nice ones where you can just put a little bit of this, a little bit of that. That guy that shows you how to set one of these mics up, he got a graphic equalizer plugin that he shows you how to download into your computer. So OBS recognised it. But the only thing is with that is when you're not using OBS, if you're just in a straight Zoom room, you haven't got that set up. You're just on a thing of your own. Whereas if you put it on a mixer, then you've got the setup before you go in there, haven't you? I'm not very good with this. Sorry, that must have been really loud if you got your headphones on. I've been watching the thing about fake ones as well. There's a lot of them about. Go XLR is about 200 quid and everything you need. There you go. I'll have a look into that then. That's probably going to be the next purchase. Because I can use the audio box on the other computer. I gave Lou my laptop, and I'm pleased that I'd give her it, but I would like to buy another one now. I do think I could use it in other areas. So I might pick myself another laptop up at some point as well. Probably just a second-hand one from the computer shop. But that one I had was a fairly good one. I picked it up. I think it was about 500 when I picked it up. But you can pick a desktop up for about 6, can't you? But it's having the room for 2 desktops. The thing is with a laptop, you can move it anywhere. And then, like, I've got the other mic. I've got the NT1A stood on there. So you could put that up in your kitchen. Have a different background down there. The only thing is, it'll pick the fridge up. So you could use all that. You can plug 3 or 4 microphones in and use them as you want. I'm going to have a look at that then. The Go XLR. See where it comes up. So I just what I normally do now is actually put that into Google, and then I put buy UK instead of just buying them off Amazon. There we go. I'm going to photograph that to save me having to contact you later. Make sure you have a look at that short. What we're on to now. 2.2, I think. 2.2K. I'm not sure. It's not showing anymore. That's good, isn't it? 2.2. The best one I ever got was about 12, and that was at the Vapor Expo with that mech walking stick. I'll put it on TikTok as well. What's it doing on TikTok? Oh, shush. We don't need that. No. Epic fail. 221. Rubbish. Oh, no, 292. TikTok's weird, isn't it? I never seem to get massive views on there. Anyway, I'll hold you up no more. I really ought to go and get myself organised. Another 10 minutes with Sue and nip out and go make a few quid if I can. So this is the last time you'll hear my Christmas outro and my Christmas intro. And I hope you carry on to have a lovely time. And say I've got 2 days off from now. After tomorrow. After today, should I say. So I'll be able to spend a bit of time. We normally go away in January, but obviously we're not going away with Lou being not very well. So we'd spend as much time as we can with her here. She's on about going to Australia, though, in February. Bless her heart. And I don't blame her as well. She's got a friend that lives out there, so she's going to go out there. Right. Anyway, hold you up no more. Thank you very much. If you're a member, we love you. And if we're not, why not become one or wait to get a freebie? Catch you all soon. Bye-bye.
Well, I'm all for Christmas, all the happy smiles and the wishes, and I want it all from the lights to the